That would have us on the international map of IT. That would have our expertise, the workforce, increase their capacity, open their minds to new technologies, as open source, PHPs, MySQLs, Unix, all these new technologies, and force, and I think this is very important, force the universities to adjust their curriculum.
They are always extremely, not just in Palestine, all over the world, it takes them such a long time to create curriculums. They are always lagging behind.
And definitely, the private sector can't wait for the education sector, and the private sector is always leading. And in our case, in Palestine, the education sector is way behind the private sector. The private sector is asking for cutting-edge technologies, where the education sector is still...
It's not delivering.
Pascal and C++.
Until now.
They're phasing out Pascal just lately, but C++, they don't know about C#, they don't know about Unix. Unix is just basics, so they don't teach all the new technologies, the ideas, even the telecommunications. So I graduated from electrical engineering, communication engineering, okay? But we haven't touched on IP communications. It was TDM, all the old technologies. Nothing voice over IP, nothing new. So working in outsourcing, it's not about working and outsourcing. It's about bringing new expertise to the country. Having the workforce, work with international companies, so they would adapt to their style, to their technologies, be introduced to their world that we have been kind of, excluded from for the past 6 or 7 years. Now, one thing I would say that's the silver line in the clouds, that back in 1999, we were ranked number 3 among the Arab world in terms of how advanced IT is, not just in our IT sector, but how advanced IT services are in all the other sectors. And in terms of penetration of mobile, internet, all that stuff. Now we're number 17. So even though it's really sad, but it gives you some hope that we were there and we could get there really soon.
And I remember in 93, 94, when only really few people knew about the internet, because it wasn't commercial. Almost all the Arabs were Palestinian. They're all in America and Germany. But almost, I don't remember a single, because we used to know each other, a lot of us. There were so few at the time. And the very first web pages that were ever made in Arabic or about Arabic was about Palestine.
Let me give you another sad example. In 1999, I think, that was the year, that was the prime year. My company, we were the first ISP in country. Our bandwidth was equal to the whole bandwidth that Jordan had, to the whole Jordanian kingdom. Now, Jordan is number 9 across the world as an emerging outsourcing destination. So it's number 9, Egypt 3 and Jordan is 9. So that tells you where we were and how we advanced backward.
That's true. So what would you propose that the Palestine Network do?
Promoting outsourcing with any Palestinian expat who works in any small, medium, or even giant company all over the world. And this is the trend right now. And if you go ask, okay, we started supporting outsourcing. But if yesterday, the French, the similar organization, I can't remember the name, it's in French, the French Development Organization, which is similar to USAID, they've allocated, I think, half a million euros to support outsourcing. The Canadians, I think, they're doing the same. Everybody is focusing on this because it has a lot of potential.
Yes.
So I would say promoting, inviting Palestinian expats to come here, visit these Palestinian companies who are capable of delivering cutting-edge, high-level solutions. If Microsoft is satisfied, if HP is satisfied, anybody else would be satisfied, definitely. We're talking about the high standard in the market when dealing with Cisco. So inviting them here, or have the Palestinian companies here go to these countries, to Chile, the US, UK, anybody, meet with these companies, meet with these expats on their professional capacity or on their personal capacity.
So, if you would agree as well that outsourcing should be a priority.
It is. We have a lot of cutting edge, a lot of competitive edges in this industry. The first time zone, then language. A lot of Palestinians speaks English, French, German,
Russian.
and now Hebron is speaking Chinese, so we can't have. So, or China speaks Hebron, I don't know.
Mandarin, actually. So this is unique selling points: time zone, language, what else?
And cost.
Roughly an IT. Let's take a programmer who has 3 years experience, 2-3 years experience. What would his salary be, monthly salary in dollars?
Now it depends.
Average.
Okay, if you're talking to the developer himself and the money he gets from his company, if you're talking a developer with 3 years experience, you're talking about $1,000.
This is much lower than India.
I know. That's why I say we have a very competitive advantage. Now, if you're asking a company to provide outsourcing services, they will ask for $2,000.
For a head? Each head.
So that's the margin that they make. Now, and this is because, you know, the big jump or the big percentage, 50% goes to the company and then the engineer, is because this is a new industry and there's a lot of overheads for the company. But if you're talking volume, okay, so if you're talking about projects with 100 developers, definitely that number would go down.
Well, I mean, in London, it costs my company, each chair, each ass sitting on a chair costs about £700 a month, which is about $1,200, just simply for the chair. So it's to provide that space for somebody to sit on. I mean, that's also, I would assume, especially outside Ramallah, the cost, that's another, the infrastructure should be lower than other places.
You're right, but we're kind of normalizing, the country is normalizing these rates. So back in 2000 something, okay, you would hire an engineer, a fresh graduate engineer in Ramallah for $700, but in Gaza for $500, or in Nablus or in Hebron for $500. Right now they're kind of,
leveling.
They're leveling.
Any other key selling points, unique selling points? I'm a marketing person, so I want to...
Good, I used to be marketing too. Now, wireless technology and voice over IP technology, before 1 year, I wouldn't be able to say this. Right now, the market is open. The ministry has deregulated the market. Deregulated the market, opened the market, and then they're regulating the market. So to allow for new entrants to come to these fields. And it has a lot of potential, 25% of the Palestinian households, which is 650,000 households, 25% of those have computers.